Be me, 26, working at mid-sized marketing firm as graphic designer because art degree actually worked out somehow. Boss is Miranda, 35, divorced MILF, who runs creative department with iron fist and mysterious agenda. Miranda's been flirting with me for months with increasingly obvious hints, calling me into her office for private consultations. You have such creative vision, she purrs while standing way too close to my desk, clearly wants more than professional relationship had been deflecting, because dating boss is career death. Plus, she gives off serious psycho energy. Miranda constantly asks about my personal life during coffee breaks. Any special someone in your life? Not really, Miranda, just focusing on work. Try to keep boundaries professional. Smart man, relationships can be so complicated, she says with weird smile like she knows something. A few weeks later, during team lunch, Miranda steers conversation toward dating disasters. What's the worst relationship you've ever had? Miranda asks while everyone shares horror stories. Alcohol loosens my tongue, start telling story about my ex-girlfriend, Jessica. She was absolutely insane, tried to burn down my apartment when I broke up with her. Really? Miranda leans in with intense interest. Tell me more about this Jessica. She keyed my car, stalked my family, even got me fired from my last job by calling in fake complaints. Fascinating. Miranda taking mental notes like she's studying for exam. Where does Jessica work now? Miranda asks with casual tone that doesn't fool anyone. Probably some corporate hellhole. She majored in business administration, overshare while drunk. Miranda gets that predatory smile. Business administration, you say? Monday morning, Miranda calls emergency team meeting about exciting new hire. We're bringing in experienced project manager to help streamline operations, Miranda announces. My blood runs cold when Jessica walks through conference room door like horror movie villain. Everyone meet Jessica. She'll be working closely with our design team. Miranda watching my reaction carefully. Jessica locks eyes with me and smiles like shark smelling blood and water. Hi everyone, especially you. Jessica stares directly at me while introducing herself. After meeting Jessica, corners me by water cooler. Fancy seeing you here, Jessica acting like this is cosmic coincidence instead of elaborate trap. Jessica, what the hell are you doing here? Panic mode activated. Got headhunted by your lovely boss. She was very persuasive during the interview. Jessica clearly lying. Persuasive how? Demand explanation. She asked very detailed questions about my experience with difficult employees. Jessica grins maliciously. Realize Miranda and Jessica have been plotting against me like some kind of female Illuminati. Rush to Miranda's office demanding explanation. Miranda, what the hell is this? Confront her directly. What do you mean? Miranda playing innocent while organizing paperwork. You hired my psycho ex-girlfriend. State obvious facts. Jessica came highly recommended. Pure coincidence she knows you. Miranda lying through perfect teeth. Miranda, there are no coincidences this specific. Call out her obvious manipulation. Maybe universe is trying to tell you something. Miranda channeling new age mysticism. Universe is trying to tell me to quit. Consider resignation letter. Quitting would be premature. Give Jessica a chance to prove herself. Miranda blocking my escape route. First week. Jessica makes my life absolute hell with surgical precision, steals my projects and presents them as her own ideas during client meetings. As project manager, I've been developing these concepts. Jessica taking credit for my work. Miranda nods approvingly. Jessica brings fresh perspective to team. Try to protest, but Miranda shuts me down. Collaboration is key to success. Jessica schedules mandatory one-on-one meetings to discuss workflow optimization. Uses meetings to rehash our relationship drama while pretending it's work-related. You always had trouble with authority figures. Jessica psychoanalyzing me during a budget review. Jessica, we're supposed to be discussing quarterly projections. Try to stay professional. Everything is connected. Jessica channeling Miranda's mystical bullshit. Second week escalation reaches new levels of psychological warfare. Jessica starts dating my coworker Brad just to mess with me. Brad and I have so much in common, Jessica announces loudly during lunch break. Brad looks confused because they have absolutely nothing in common. She's really into graphic design suddenly, Brad tells me privately. Brad, she's using you to get to me, try to warn him. Dude, you're being paranoid, she's way out of my league. Brad not believing obvious manipulation. Jessica starts wearing perfume that smells exactly like my current girlfriend, Sarah. Nice perfume, Jessica, Miranda comments approvingly. Thanks. It's called obsession, Jessica, making obvious threat. Starts parking next to my car so I have to see her every morning. What another coincidence, Jessica says every single day. Third week. Jessica begins sabotaging my actual work through technical warfare. deletes my files from shared server and claims it was system error. Technical difficulties happen. Miranda dismisses my complaints. Miranda, she's actively destroying my projects. Show evidence of file deletion. Seems like user error to me. Miranda gaslighting me in real time. Jessica volunteers to help recover my lost work. I have backup copies, Jessica offers with fake concern. Backup copies are corrupted versions that make me look incompetent. Clients start complaining about quality issues with my designs. Maybe you need additional training, Miranda suggests during a performance review. Jessica sits in on review as witness to my supposed incompetence. Everyone struggles sometimes, Jessica offering fake sympathy. Fourth week, Miranda and Jessica's conspiracy reaches final phase. Miranda schedules client presentation where Jessica will present my work as her own. Jessica will be leading this presentation, Miranda announces morning of big meeting. That's my project, Miranda. Object to obvious theft. It's team effort, Miranda dismissing my ownership. Jessica presents bastardized version of my concept that completely misses the point. Client hates it, meeting is disaster, contract gets canceled. This is disappointment, Miranda addresses me after the failed presentation. Miranda, that wasn't even my design. Try to defend myself. Accountability is important in leadership roles, Miranda lecturing me about presentation I didn't give. Jessica nods sympathetically. Sometimes creative vision doesn't translate. Miranda calls me into office after client leaves. We need to discuss your future with company, Miranda delivering ultimatum. My future, play dumb while planning exit strategy. Performance has been declining since Jessica joined team, Miranda stating obvious lie. Because she's been sabotaging me, call out the conspiracy. That's serious accusation without evidence. Miranda demanding proof I don't have. Jessica knocks on door. Sorry to interrupt, but there's urgent matter. Come in, Jessica. Miranda welcoming co-conspirator. Accounting found discrepancies in design budget. Jessica delivering final blow. Discrepancies. Miranda acting surprised. Looks like unauthorized software purchases on company card. Jessica showing fabricated evidence. I never bought any software. Defend against false accusations. Receipts have your name on them, Jessica, presenting forged documents. Miranda examines fake evidence with theatrical concern. This is serious breach of company policy, Miranda pronouncing judgment. Miranda, those receipts are obviously fake. Point out inconsistencies. They look legitimate to me, Miranda choosing to believe convenient lie. We'll need to conduct full investigation, Miranda threatening further harassment. Realized this whole thing was elaborate setup from beginning. Miranda wanted me gone but needed cause. Jessica provided perfect weapon. I quit, save myself from prolonged torture. Quitting won't erase the budget irregularities. Miranda threatening legal action. Sue me then, call her bluff, while packing desk. Jessica watches smugly as I clear out my workspace. Good luck with your future endeavors, Jessica offering fake well wishes. Brad comes over looking confused. Dude, what happened? Brad, run, they're both psycho. Warn him while loading cardboard box. But Jessica said you were getting promoted, Brad revealing more lies. Brad, she's using you, get out while you can. Give final advice. Walk out of office knowing I escaped elaborate female conspiracy. Miranda and Jessica high five when they think I'm not looking. Brad texts me, week later. Dude, you were right, Jessica dumped me after you left. Told you, Brad, she was just using you as prop. Remind him of ignored warning. They hired some new guy. Miranda's already flirting with him. Brad reporting from inside. Poor bastard has no idea what's coming. Feels sympathy for next victim. 6 months later, run into former co-worker at coffee shop. Dude, that place went to shit after you left, Tom tells me over lattes. Miranda and Jessica got fired for embezzling client funds. Karma finally arrived. Embezzling, surprised they got caught. Turns out they were running elaborate scam using fake vendor invoices. Tom explaining their downfall. Jessica's idea probably, she always was creative with fraud. They blamed each other when investigators showed up. Honor among thieves doesn't exist. What about Brad? Ask about collateral damage. Brad got promoted to creative director. Turns out he's actually competent. Brad finally getting recognition. Good for him. Genuinely happy Brad escaped their manipulation. New job pays better and boss isn't trying to destroy me psychologically. Occasionally wonder if Miranda and Jessica planned this whole thing from beginning. Then remember I don't care because I'm not dealing with their crazy anymore. Moral of story, when female boss starts asking about your dating history, run immediately. Also never trust companies that hire your ex without telling you first. Sitting here playing Counter-Strike, thinking even enemy team have more honor than office politics. Be me, 24, kissless virgin, who thinks being nice to girls will eventually pay off like some kind of romantic investment plan. Meet cute girl Sarah at bookstore while browsing manga section, like the weeb trash I am. She's reading Attack on Titan. Automatically assume she's perfect waifu material. Oh, you like Attack on Titan too? Smooth opening line that definitely won't make me sound like creep. Yeah, Mikasa is such a strong female character, she responds enthusiastically. Spend hour discussing anime while my brain calculates wedding venues. Exchange numbers and start texting daily about everything from philosophy to favorite ramen flavors. Convince myself this is definitely going somewhere, romantic despite zero physical contact. Sarah starts calling me randomly to vent about her problems. Anon, you're such good listener, she says after complaining about work drama for 2 hours. My dumbass interprets this as romantic interest instead of emotional labor exploitation. She tells me about guy problems, family drama, financial stress, basically using me as unpaid therapy. You really understand me, Anon, she sighs after dumping another emotional crisis on my lap. Keep thinking if I just listen hard enough, she'll realize I'm boyfriend material. Sarah starts rating other guys in front of me like I'm her gay best friend. Do you think Derek from accounting is cute? She asks while showing me his Instagram. I guess Derek seems alright, die inside while pretending to be supportive friend. What about his jawline though? She analyzes his facial structure like anthropologist. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here looking like potato with anxiety disorders. She invites me to girls' night as honorary female member. You don't count as real guy, Anon, she explains like this is compliment. Spend evening listening to her friends discuss their sex lives in graphic detail. Realize I know more about Sarah's friends' bedroom preferences than my own life goals. Sarah starts asking for relationship advice about guys she's dating. Should I sleep with Brad on first date? She asks me like I have any experience with dating. Maybe wait and see how you feel. Give advice that sounds mature but actually comes from virgin panic. You're so wise about relationships, she praises my complete lack of sexual experience. Brad turns out to be complete tool who pumps and dumps her after 3 dates. Sarah cries on my shoulder for hours while I comfort her. Why do all guys just want sex? She sobs into my shirt. Not all guys are like that, hint desperately that I exist and have feelings. You're right, Anon, guys like you are so rare. Friend zones me, harder than rejection letter. She starts bringing dates to hang out with me like I'm relationship quality inspector. Anon, what do you think of Tyler? She asks after introducing me to newest Chad. Tyler has abs that could grate cheese while I have body that could store cheese. He seems nice, Sarah. Lie through gritted teeth while Tyler flexes unconsciously. Tyler treats me like Sarah's weird pet that she keeps around for entertainment. So you guys are just friends? Tyler asks with confusion, because concept doesn't compute. Anon is my best friend, Sarah explains like I'm neutered dog. Tyler nods. Like this makes perfect sense because clearly I'm not male competition. Sarah starts trauma dumping about her daddy issues during our coffee meetups. My father never showed me affection, so I seek validation through toxic relationships. She psychoanalyzes herself. Maybe you should talk to actual therapist, suggest professional help. But therapists cost money and you're free. She laughs like this is joke instead of exploitation. Realize I've become emotional support human without benefits package. Sarah brings different guy every month to our group hangouts. They all treat me like harmless eunuch who exists to validate their masculinity. Sarah's told me so much about you, they say with patronizing smiles. Sarah has told them I'm safe, non-threatening male who poses zero romantic competition. Start feeling like that character in anime who's obviously in love but never gets noticed. Except instead of getting girl. In final episode, I just keep getting more friend trauma. Sarah starts asking me to wingman for her at bars and clubs. Help me pick up guys Anon, she says while getting ready for night out. Why me, Sarah? Ask obvious question. Because you understand what women want, she explains my supposed expertise. Spend nights watching Sarah flirt with random chads while I order virgin drinks alone. Bartenders assume I'm designated driver/emotional support animal. Sarah makes out with stranger on dance floor while I hold her purse like trained butler. You're such good friend, she yells over music while grinding on guys she met 5 minutes ago. Wake up next morning to tearful phone call about how club guy never texted back. Why do guys always ghost me? She asks like she didn't just meet him last night. Maybe try getting to know them first. Suggest radical concept of actual relationships. But that's so boring, Anon. She dismisses idea of meaningful connections. Sarah starts rating my dating profiles to help me find girlfriend. You need better photos. She critiques my appearance like professional consultant. What's wrong with these photos? Ask about perfectly normal selfies. You look too nice, Anon. Girls want bad boys. She explains dating market like economist. Helps me rewrite bio to sound more mysterious and dangerous. Say you ride motorcycles, she suggests, despite knowing I take bus everywhere. Sarah, I don't even have driver's license. Remind her of my pathetic reality. Fake it till you make it. She encourages dishonesty as dating strategy. Matches start coming in from women who think I'm rebellious motorcycle rider. Dates go horribly when they discover I'm actually anxious. Weeb who collects Pokemon cards. Sarah laughs at my dating failures like they're entertainment for her amusement. Maybe you're just meant to be single, she suggests while swiping through Tinder. Or maybe I'm meant to be with someone who actually knows me, hint desperately again. Oh, Anon, you'll find your perfect girl someday. Pats my head like sad puppy. Sarah starts bringing her emotional disasters to me at increasingly inconvenient times. Calls crying at 3 a.m. because latest boyfriend didn't text back within an hour. Anon, I think he's cheating, she sobs about guys she's known for 3 days. Sarah, it's 3 a.m. and you've been dating for 72 hours. Point out obvious timeline issues. Time doesn't matter when you have connection. She explains her instant attachment disorder. Spend rest of night listening to her overanalyzed text message, timestamps. Sarah asks me to stalk her crushes on social media and provide intelligence reports. What do you think about his ex-girlfriend? She shows me photos of random women. She looks like normal person, Sarah. Give neutral assessment. But look at her body type. She analyzes competition like military strategist. Realize I've become unpaid private investigator for her dating paranoia. Sarah starts inviting me to double dates as third wheel entertainment. Anon can come too. She tells her dates like I'm emotional support peacock. Spend dinners listening to couples talk while eating breadsticks alone. Dates always confused why Sarah brought male friend to romantic evening. He's like my brother. She explains my existence to confused boyfriends. Want to crawl under table and disappear into shadow realm. Sarah begins asking me to pretend to be her boyfriend to make guys jealous. Just hold my hand when Derek walks by, she commands during office party. Sarah, this is emotional manipulation. Point out obvious toxicity. It's strategic dating, Anon. She reframes abuse as tactics. Derek sees us holding hands and immediately becomes more interested. See, it worked. Sarah celebrates psychological warfare victory. Feel like NPC in dating simulation game where I have no actual agency. Sarah starts bringing guys to my apartment for movie nights without asking. Hope you don't mind, she says while walking in with tonight's Chad. Sarah, this is my home. Remind her of basic property rights. But you have the best Netflix selection. She uses my streaming services as dating venue. Spend evening awkwardly watching movies while couple makes out on my couch. Retreat to bedroom like exile in own home. Sarah asked me to drive her to hookups because she doesn't want to seem desperate. Can you drop me at Brad's place? She requests Uber service. Sarah, I'm not your chauffeur. Attempt to establish boundaries. Please, Anon, what if he's a serial killer? She uses safety concerns as manipulation. End up waiting in car for hours while she has sex with stranger. Feel like world's most pathetic getaway driver. Sarah starts asking relationship advice about whether to move in with latest boyfriend. Do you think moving in after 2 weeks is too fast? She asks genuinely. Sarah, people usually wait longer than most TV seasons, suggests basic sanity. But when you know, she quotes romantic comedy. Wisdom, moves in with guy immediately. Relationship implodes within month. Guess who gets tearful phone call about needing place to crash? Can I stay at yours for the few days? She asks while already standing at my door with suitcases. Few days turns into 3 weeks of emotional recovery. My apartment becomes halfway house for her romantic disasters. Sarah brings random guys over to my place while she's staying there. He's just friend, she explains about obvious hookup buddy. Sarah, you're living in my spare room. Reminder of current housing situation. Exactly, so this is like my place too. She claims squatters' rights. Wake up to stranger making breakfast in my kitchen. Oh hey, you must be the roommate, he says like this is normal arrangement. Sarah emerges from the spare room looking satisfied while I contemplate homelessness. Eventually she moves out to live with next boyfriend. Thanks for everything, Anon. She hugs me goodbye like I'm helpful relative. You're the best friend a girl could ask for, delivers final friend zone death blow. A few months later. Get wedding invitation in mail. Sarah marrying guy she met 3 weeks after moving out. Invitation addressed to Anon +1, like I have dating life. Show up alone to wedding, like pathetic loser I am. Sarah looks beautiful in dress while I question all life choices. She introduces me to new husband as my best friend who helped me through everything. Husband looks confused about why male best friend exists but shakes my hand politely. Sarah's told me so much about you, he says without understanding our dynamic. Realize I was just emotional stepping stone to her actual happiness. Wedding reception features Sarah giving speech about finding true love. I had to go through a lot of bad relationships to find my person, she says to applause. Look around, room full of couples while eating cake alone. Random Redditor at my table starts explaining why nice guys finish last. Women only want chads these days. He mansplains female psychology. Maybe try being interesting instead of just nice, suggests revolutionary concept. Spoken like true beta cuck, he responds with internet terminology. Realize even other rejects think I'm pathetic. Failure. Leave wedding early and drive home in silence. Delete Sarah's number and all her photos like digital exorcism. A few weeks later, she texts asking why I haven't responded to her messages. We're married now, but nothing has to change between us. She promises continued exploitation. Block her number and focus on developing actual personality. And start going to gym, learning new skills, basically becoming an interesting human being. Eventually meet girl at anime convention who thinks my knowledge of obscure series is attractive. Turns out shared interests work better than emotional labor as foundation for relationships. Never tell new girlfriend about Sarah because some trauma stays buried.